Hello, lovely people out there. This is Vishal. So, here is this problem part 1. And remember, guys, this is the base of all the shortcuts of arithmetics and percentages, profit and loss. So, let's begin this course. So, first thing is this is a very important table, and this table is that the backbone of this profit. In this, we work with unit 1 as and we take 1 as 100%. And similarly, if we divide both sides by 2, then we get 1 by 2 is equals to 50%. And on dividing 1 by 2 again by 1 by 2, we get 1 by 4 is equals to 20%. Similarly, 1 by 8 is equals to 12.5%. And 1 by 10 is equals to 10%. By dividing 1 by 10, we get 1 by 10 is equals to 10%. And similarly, if we divide 1 by 3, we get 1 by 3 is equals to 33.33%. And on dividing 1 by 3 by 2, we get 1 by 6 is equals to 16.66%. And on dividing 1 by 3 again by 3, we get 1 by 9 is equals to 11.11%. And on dividing 1 by 3 by 4, we get 1 by 12 is equals to 8.33%. Similarly, 1 by 15 is equals to 6.66. And on dividing 1 by 10 by 2, what we get? 1 by 20 is equals to 5%. Okay, so next thing is 1 by 16. So how we will find 1 by 16? See, to find 1 by 16, what you can do is divide 1 by 4, right? Or any other multiple, or 1 by 8 by 2. You will get 1 by 16 as 6.25 percentages, and 1 by 5 is equals to 20%. Guys, you have to remember these three quantities. Like 1 by 7 is equals to 14.28%. How to remember 1 by 7? 14 is double of 7 and 28 is double of 14. Similarly, 1 by 11 is equals to 9.09%, and 1 by 13 is equals to 7.7%. Solve this table up to 25, and remember, see, these quantities that I have mentioned are the most important quantities. What another thing what you can do here is, like, see, 1 by 3 is equals to 33%. Now you have to find the value of 66%. So how you have to do this thing? See, you know that 1 by 3 is equals to 66.66, 33.33%. You know that 1 by 3 is equals to 33.33%. And if you multiply both sides by 2, you get 2 by 3 is equals to 66.66%. Similarly, you can do this thing for all the values that are given in the table. Every value you can do this thing. See, if you multiply 1 by 8 by 2, you get 1 by 4 is equals to 25%. And similarly, all values. See, guys, most of the values of percentages that are asked in the exams come from these things. This is the important. I will emphasize further that this is most important. Okay, so by using this method, we can derive most commonly occurring percentages. See how we have to do this. We know that 37%, 37.5%. If we have to find the value of 37.5 percentages, so by taking 100 as base, it is very difficult. So what we are going to do? See, we know that 37.5 can be written as 50 minus 12.5 percentages. So we know that 50% from the table is 1 by 2, and 12.5% is equals to 1 by 8. So on solving this, we get 3 by 8. See, if there is an increase of 37.5%, for increase what you have to do is 1 plus fraction. We will take this value as fraction always. I will consider this value as f or fraction. And if there is a decrease of 37.5%, which is equals to 62.5%, and this can be written as 1 minus fraction or 1 minus 3 by 8, right? Similarly, what we can do is 62.5%, cross checking. Okay, we are cross checking our initial value. So how we have to write 62.5%? We know that 62.5% can be written as 50 plus 12.5%, and we know that 50 is equals to 1 by 2 and 12.5% is equals to 1 by 8. So we get our value to be 5 by 8. So if it is asked that there is an increase of 62.5%, so what is increase of 62.5% is equals to 162.5%, and we know increase is written as 1 plus fraction, so it is equals to 1 plus 5 by 8, which is equals to 13 by 8. And similarly, if there is a decrease of 62.5%, we can write it as 1 minus fraction is equals to 1 minus 5 by 8 is equals to 3 by 8. Similarly, try for these value. See here, it is verified that 37.5% from 62.5% is equals to 3 by 8, and also on solving what from our method we get it as 3 by 8, right? So now moving on. So now here's the trick to solve the questions faster. See, consider A as 120, B as 100. So here I will also tell you what is the common mistake done by all the students, right? See, then A is greater than B by what percentages? So difference upon value into 100. This is our traditional method. So difference is 120 minus 100. And why we have taken 100 in the denominator? Because we have to compare by B. It is asked that A is greater than B. So remember, than we are comparing with B, then B has denominator, right? So we get our value to be 20%. And similarly, if the question is asked B is less than A by what percentages, so after then it is given A, so we have to write in denominator as 120. Difference upon 120 into 100 is equals to 16.66%. So this can be solved using trick given in the next page very easily. See, this is the shortcut, right? If two quantities are in proportional, see what are inversely proportional quantities? If increase of one causes decrease of other quantity. I will explain what quantities are inversely proportional in the a little bit ahead, right? See, if one quantity increases by numerator by denominator, here, then other decreases by numerator by denominator plus numerator, right? I am repeating this once again because this is a shortcut. If one quantity increases by numerator by denominator, numerator by denominator is our fraction f, then other is by plus. Similarly, one quantity decreases by n by d, right? Then other increases by n by d minus n. And here's the summary. See, increase of n by d, and if there is an increase, then in denominator you have to add, and if there is a decrease, then in denominator you have to subtract. Remember, this is numerator upon denominator plus minus numerator, not numerator plus minus denominator, right? So first of all, we will try an easy example. See, if A is greater than B by 20%, then by what percent B is less than A? See, you have to write A and B. A is greater than B by 20%. So if we increase A by 20%, and we know from our table that 20% can be written as 2 by 10 or 1 by 10, 1 by 5. So increase of 1 by 5, right? A is greater than B by 20%. So A is greater by 1 by 5. So by what percentage is B is less than A? So here it is increasing. So correspondingly it is less by 1 by 5 plus 1 is equals to 1 by 6, right? And we know 1 by 6 is equals to 16.66%, right? So B is less than A by 16.66%. I have marked these arrows wrong side. These are the actual arrows, right? And to cross verify this question, if A is less than B by 66%, then by how much percent B is greater than A? See, if you follow the traditional method, it will take around 2 minutes to solve, and by using this method it hardly takes 20 to 30 seconds, right? So we know from our table that I have shown you in the first slide that 16.66% is equals to 1 by 6, and how we get it is 1 by 3 is equals to 33.33, and on dividing 1 by 3 both sides by 2, we get 1 by 6 is equals to 16.66%, right? So there is a decrease of 1 by 6, then the other value we have to increase by 1 by 6 minus 1 is equals to 1 by denominator minus numerator, so which is equals to 1 by 5, and we know that 1 by 5 is equals to 20% from our table. So table is very important. Without knowing the table and solve, and without remembering those values, you cannot find out what are these things, right? How to use this thing you cannot find. So this is a question, and after doing this question you will realize the importance of that thing, right? And how fast a question can be using the shortcuts. See guys, these shortcuts can be applied anywhere where the condition is fulfilled, and these are not question specific. You just have to fulfill the question conditions. If I increase my speed by 40%, I reach office 10 minutes early. Find usual time taken by me to reach office. Guys, this question you can see in most of the exams. Most exams this question occurs. So first of all, let's understand this question, that what this question is trying to say. See, a person is increasing his speed by 40% and reaches office 10 minutes early. So we have to find the usual time taken by him, right? So here, first of all, understand this thing. Speed is equals to distance upon time, and distance is equals to speed into time. So I was telling that which quantities are inversely proportional. See, when increase of one quantity causes decrease of other quantity, then these quantities are known as inverse proportionalities. Right? So when distance constantly increasing, this case, the distance between office and home constant distance not changing. Speed is so that is the, so when increases decrease provided distance remains constant. This is very important. If distance is constant, then time has to decrease. And guys, one more observation is that if after is equals to sign two quantities are multiplying, then they are inversely proportional, and if two quantities are in division, then they are directly proportional. This will provide another very good shortcut. I will discuss that in next video. See, so we know in this case distance is constant and distance is equals to speed into time. So as speed and time are in multiplication, so they are inversely proportional, so we can use our shortcut. What I have taught you in the shortcut, see, if two quantities are inversely proportional, and here also these were inversely proportional, right? So we know 40% can be written as 40 by 100 or 2 by 5. So there is an increase of 2 by 5. So time will decrease by 2 by 5 plus 2, or 2 by denominator plus numerator is equals to 2 by 7. And it is given in the question that change in time is equals to 10 minutes early. So 2 by 7, when time decreases by 2 by 7, so correspondingly there is a decrease of 10 minutes. So what is the value of 1 unit? 1 unit here is initial time taken. So 1 unit is equals to 10 multiplied divided by 2 by our usual what unitary method. So from this we get 1 unit is equals to 35 minutes. I hope this is clear, and if any doubt arises, then comment down in the comment box. Guys, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like the video, then you can watch this video anytime in the liked section of your library, right? So that's all for today. I will be coming with next video very soon. So thank you.